right, everyone, let's get ready to do our Hakafah digitally and get started with our Torah story. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu l'har kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu l'har kodsho. Ki. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu l'har kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu l'har kodsho. This week we find ourselves in a brand new book of the Torah. Up until now we have done Breshit and Shemot, Genesis and Exodus, and now we are in a new book called Vayikra, or Leviticus. So this new story begins here. Feel free to follow along with your finger or follow along with my cursor. Now that the Mishkan has been built and completed, we read about it last week, except we didn't. Just a recap here, the Mishkan is the tabernacle. It is the home for God among the people. It is the home for the Ark of the Covenant that has the 10 Commandments in it. It's pretty special. It's kind of like the camping temple. They can pack it up and carry it around while they're wandering in the desert. The Parsha begins with God speaking to Moses in the Mishkan. God tells him of the korbonot, the sacrifices, that were an important part of the service in the Mishkan. We learn about various types of korbanot. Now, before I dive into the different types of korbanot or sacrifices, I'd love for you to take a moment and think about what the word sacrifice means to you. Feel free to put it in the comments below so I can know what your thoughts are. We'll go from there. The olah, also known as the burnt offering, which is burnt entirely on the altar. 5 types of mincha offerings, which are sacrifices made from flour and olive oil. The shelamim, the peace offering, part of which was burnt on the altar and part of which was eaten by the person who brought the sacrifice, as well as parts given by the owner to the kohen, those are the priests. The chatat, various sacrifices brought as an atonement for someone who sinned or who broke rules in the community. The asham, a sacrifice brought for certain sins. These are A, if somebody accidentally uses something that's supposed to be for the Mishkan. So say they used the plates or the cutlery, or I don't know how you would accidentally use the altar or the incense, but it could happen. If someone thinks they may have sinned but aren't sure. If someone swears falsely while trying to cheat somebody, so that means they lied. There's also another one about if you witness something bad happening and don't speak up, you're supposed to atone for that. There are many laws and intricate rules regarding the korbanot, but one rule applied to all. Every sacrifice was brought with salt. Another thing they all have in common is that the smell of the sacrifices is supposed to be the part that's going to God. So the same way that prayers and good thoughts or apologies can be invisible when we think about them, the scents and the incense were sent out and up to God. And the only real evidence they were there was that you could smell the beautiful scents of the frankincense or of the meat cooking or of the flour cooking. So that is Vayikra. It looks kind of boring on the surface. I mean, let's be honest. It seems to be all about making sacrifices, about going to a tent, about saying sorry, about giving things to other people. Except when we dive a little deeper, we can see that this is a story about what brings a kehillah, a community, together. This is a story about chesed. This is about how we are held together by kindness and that we are given opportunities in these different types of korbanot to show our community and our kindness, our kehillah and our chesed. So those are my thoughts on Vayikra. I sorely wish that I could be with you guys in person to chat about these things. Some discussion questions that I'd love for you to bring home and to write about in the comments. Again, what is a sacrifice? We're all inside. Is this a type of sacrifice? Is it different? Why? Why not? Another thing I'd love for you to discuss is how you can give kindness as an offering to people. What can you give as a kindness? So put those in the comments below. I can't wait to hear it. Vayikra.